The subject now is harmony, and I'm going to explain a few things, techniques that you can use to teach students harmony. Harmony is something that's really easy if you're using musical instruments, because they just look at it and they play different things, or they play different notes on the recorder. But when you start trying to sing harmony, that's a challenge, because young children they have a hard time singing a different pitch than what other people are singing, and so they just automatically gravitate to what they hear. So if you as a teacher are singing a melody and you're trying to get them to sing something different, they automatically go to what you're singing or what their neighbor's singing. So this is something that has to be taught over time, and we have to start very simple to teach them harmony. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this video. I'm just going to give you a few tips, but you'll see some good examples. I can't sing in harmony myself, so I'm going to use some other videos to show you some harmony and children using harmony in different ways. But let's talk about singing first, then we'll dive into musical instruments a little bit. Probably the easiest way to create harmony with children is to have them sing rounds. And I'm sure you're probably familiar with the term round. A round is a song that is composed so that the harmony matches up, so that you can sing it at different times and just have them singing the same thing at different times, and it creates harmony. So songs like Three Blind Mice, Are You Sleeping, or Frere Jacques, whatever you want to call it, are a couple of good examples of rounds. And what you do is you learn the song. So, are you sleeping, brother John, morning bells are ringing, ding dong ding, ding dong ding, or whatever words you put to that. So there's my melody, and you're going to sing that several times, let the children get it ingrained in their head, and then I would probably split them up first into two groups, and you're going to have one group sing, are you sleeping, and as soon as they get to that third measure or ninth beat, the next group is going to sing the exact same thing, and so they're going to kind of chase each other around. Or another term for around is a chase. So they're never singing at the same time, but because they're singing different notes, it creates harmony, and children are able to do that pretty well. Sometimes at the first, as you start adding more difficult rounds and things, they have a hard time with it, but young children are able to pick this up pretty quickly. So I'll put a list of some good round songs, probably that you've heard before, all of them, and you can use them as rounds. There's a great example in this book of a very, very simple round, and I like this one because it's just short and it's easy, and you can do little motions to it. So here is a round called Bow Wow Wow, and the first line just goes bow wow wow. That's it. And then the second line goes, where, dog, art thou? So you'll notice that those are in thirds, so that creates good harmony. And then this last part, you're going to be turning around in circles. Little Tommy Tucker's dog. So we start on the fifth with that line of music, and again we have our first, third, and fifth, which is a nice major chord. And then the last line says bow wow wow. Okay, so we have 4 lines of music that are all very simple, and we have little hand actions to go along with that, which helps. So the whole song is going to sound like this. Bow wow wow, whose dog art thou? Little Tommy Tucker's dog. Bow wow wow. And the nice thing about using different actions is they can kind of stay on track. And it also is helping you understand the formal structure of the music. So there's a very simple one that repeats, the round repeats after each measure. So after this, the first group goes bow wow wow, the second group is going to go bow wow wow after that. And there's a rest at the end of each measure, which makes it really nice too, because it kind of breaks things up. So that would be a great round to sing with some young children. And I'll put that one as an example in this section. All right, the next type of song that helps students learn harmony is what we call a partner song. And a partner song is where we have two different things going on at the same time. As you learn about texture later on, you'll notice that texture has different melodies going on at the same time. If we have that texture, that means that we have polyphony. And so a partner song is basically polyphony, and rounds are also polyphony because you have two melodies going on at the same time. So partner songs are where we have two songs that are completely different melodies going on at the same time. And sometimes one of the melodies will be very simple, and sometimes one of the melodies will be kind of complex, or sometimes they're both kind of complex. But by singing two different melodies at the same time, we create harmony. So the easiest way to do this is what we call an ostinato. Let me write that on the board. An ostinato is a recurring theme or a recurring pattern that happens over and over and over and over and over again. So it's not technically really a melody, but it's a pattern that's repeated. So one example of this would be, you could sing boom, 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 boom. So all we're doing is just going do, do, re, re, do, do, re, re, do, do, re, re, and so on. And that creates our harmony for a melody that's going on above it. I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the fireside when all the lights are low. Boom de-yada, boom de-yada, boom de-yada, boom de-yada, boom. And so on. So you have a group of students that are just singing the ostinato, the boom, 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 while another group of students is singing the melody. And this is another familiar tune. But what I'm going to do is just kind of show you what this sounds like with me singing the melody and playing the booms on the piano. And you can get an idea of what the harmony is created as I do that. So here is this partner song with an ostinato. And I'm going to start the ostinato and play it for a couple bars before I start singing. So again, there's a very simple way of creating harmony by having one group of students do something very simple and easy. And you could even have them to sing do, do, re, re to go along with that. But it works well because every other measure has a chord that fits with those notes. So that's a great example of a partner song. So partner songs, I'm going to give another list of partner songs that work. And there's a lot of them. Some of them get a little complex, and so you won't want to use partner songs too much with young grades. But 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders are definitely ready for some partner songs. Old Dan Tucker is one of the favorites that the students liked to do when I was teaching elementary school. And it's got to be a melody that sticks in their head very easily, and then an ostinato part that's very easy to pick up, or another melody that's catchy. If you're doing partner songs that are kind of tricky, it's going to be hard for them to stay together and stay on the right pitches. So there's a couple of ways of creating harmony through singing. And obviously, when you get into advanced grades, and there are music teachers out there that have they're 4th and 5th graders singing in harmony without partner songs or rounds. They're actually just singing different notes, and usually you have to teach students by rote, or you play the notes on the piano and have them match in order for them to sing harmony. But they're able to do it. Children are able to learn hard things pretty easily and pretty quickly if you're willing to go into that process. Usually we just don't have enough time because it takes a lot of time to get students to sing in harmony. But you know, getting 2-part songs, or even sometimes 3-part songs that are written in harmony with maybe soprano, alto, or 2 soprano parts and an alto part, you can do that. It is possible, and there's lots of people around the country that do. So if you're interested in going the extra mile and doing that, please feel free. Let's talk a little bit about creating harmony with instruments now. And this gets a little bit trickier. Obviously, it's easier to play just 2-part harmony or 3-part harmony on instruments, and so you can actually have the students reading different lines of music at the same time and playing in harmony. But the typical way of creating harmony with most of our music is we have a lead sheet, a sheet with a melody on it, and we have chord symbols. So if you have the budget and are able to buy some melody bells or some Orff instruments, which are great, keyboards, some people even go as far as getting guitars, and that allows you to create chords, which I think by now you should be familiar with that term, chords. This is a stack of notes. It has to be at least 3 notes to be a chord, and it creates harmony. And the chord symbols we've already talked about some are a way to create harmony underneath a melody. So I'm going to be giving you a lot more information about this in the teaching music through instruments. So be sure and watch those videos, and you can learn more about creating harmony by using instruments. But some simple ways are using a bourdon, using the Orff system, and that's using the 1st note and 5th note of the scale underneath the song, and that works really well with pentatonic music. And pentatonic is so nice, those 5-note scales. There's an example of this video there, but you can actually have people playing different notes of the pentatonic scale all at the same time, and it never sounds terrible. I mean, it doesn't sound really good, it's not pretty harmony, but it sounds fine, and it doesn't hurt your ears by any means. And so one way of creating harmony is a teacher can play a rhythm at the front of the classroom and have their students echo that rhythm, playing whatever note of that 5-note scale they want. And it sounds fine, even if they're all playing different notes at the same time. So there's another way of creating harmony. It's not strict harmony that you'd want to use as an accompaniment of a melody, but it is still harmony. So that's a very simple way of introducing harmony to students and getting them to hear different sounds together. But I'll cover this subject a lot more in other videos, so I'm just going to call it good.